What's going on, everyone? So today we're just going to be having a chat about how to make progress or gains. Whether you're in the gym or at home, we're going to be talking about all the different things that you can use to apply to your training to make your training better and constantly see that progression. So there's a few different things that you can do in order to maintain progress. All right, so that's what everyone who goes to the gym wants, or anyone who's into their fitness. They want to constantly see, themselves either getting better or leaner or stronger or whatever it is. You want to constantly see progress, because you don't want to be going there for no reason at all. Feel like you're getting nowhere, stuck in a dead end. And that's a very, very easy way to fall off, because if you're not seeing any progress at all, sometimes it can make you feel demotivated, and then you're not willing to stick at it. So progressive overload is the main thing that we're going to be talking about today. All right, this is the main area in order to improve performance or increase levels of fitness, whatever it is. This is the main thing here that you want to be incorporating into your training. So what is progressive overload? So basically it's a method of training that you gradually increase the amount of stress you place on the body. So what I'm trying to say is you basically gradually increase the amount of stress that you're putting on the body in order to see an improvements in performance. So how do we do this? How do we increase the amount of stress that we're putting on ourselves? Whether it be running, lifting weights, any type of physical activity, you can progressively overload it. So the simple acronym that you can use to follow is FIT, F-I-T-T. Very easy. And each of the letters stand for something. So the F is frequency, the I is intensity, the T is time, and the other T is type. Alright, so I'll write them up here. Okay, so that's the four methods there that you can use to incorporate progressive overloads. So any of these four methods can be applied to any type of training, right? Whether it be weightlifting, running, cycling, whatever it is, you can apply these to all of them, alright? So say for instance, we'll use a strength concept first. So say for instance for frequency, you wanted to improve like your bench or something like that there, or your squat or your deadlift, and currently you're doing it 2 to 3 times per week. You want to be maybe increasing it, so increasing the frequency to 4 to 5 times per week, alright? So if you want to get stronger at something, sometimes doing it more frequently, it'll lead to an improvement in performance, alright? So intensity, so that's how much or how intense the exercise is. So say for instance you're doing 60 kg for a 1 RM and 50 kg for 8 reps, hypothetically. Instead of going, trying to do 60 and then trying to do 62.5 and then 65, you could try increasing your 8 reps max from 50 to 52.5 and then doing that. So that's another way of increasing the intensity, and that'll increase your performance. Time, so you could increase the time that you're doing the exercise for. So say for instance, you're doing 1 second negative and then pressing, you could increase that to 3 seconds on the negative. So 1, 2, 3, that'll increase the time in the exercise. Or the type of the exercise. So say for instance you want to get better at your bench, you don't automatically have to do barbell bench press. Now, being specific to the exercise, if that's what you want to get better at, it is good to stick to that exercise. So something like barbell bench press, you want to get better at it, do more barbell bench press. But you can change the type of the exercise as another way of changing the method that you use to increase your performance. Okay, so say for instance you could use dumbbell bench press. It actually requires more stability because you're holding the dumbbells separately, and so your shoulder requires more stability work to keep the dumbbells in place. So yeah, you could use changing up the type of exercise as a method of progress. These could be applied to any exercise. So if you're a runner, increase the amount of times per week you run, increase the intensity. You could add a weighted vest while you're running, increase the time, run for longer, or increase the type. Well, then you would change the exercise. So instead of running out in the road, you could run on a treadmill, or you could do different styles of running, so interval style running or something else. So it just depends on what your goal is, but you can use any of these methods to improve it. You might be wondering, like, why do I need to do this? Well, if you want to see your fitness get better in any way, shape or form, you have to be constantly making it harder. Now, a lot of people probably know that already. They know that if you want to get better at something, you have to make it harder or do it more often. And this is just making it clear for you of 4 ways that you can actually do that, alright? So as a beginner, you can pretty much do anything and you'll see strength gains, alright? So as long as you're doing frequency, intensity, time, type, and incorporating them into your training, you will see a benefit. So you'll see gains in strength or fitness or whatever it is. As a beginner, you will see them as long as you're consistent, alright? So that's an important thing, be consistent with it. Now your progress won't be linear, so you won't, go into the gym one day and then be able to lift 60 kg, and then the next day you add 61 kg, and then 62 and 63 and 64. It won't be. If you keep doing that over time, you won't see it. But in 6 month period, you will see progress, all right? So don't be expecting to go into the gym and in 6 months' time you'll be able to do double what you can do now because you went from benching 30 kg to 60 kg. Doesn't mean you'll automatically go from doing 60 kg to 120 kg. It doesn't work like that, all right? So here's your graph, and your gains over time aren't going to be linear, all right? So it's just not going to be a perfectly straight line all the way up here like that. You're not going to, you know, every week you're not going to see the exact same amount of progress, you know what I mean? So you're not going to see an extra 2 reps on your bench every single week for the next 6 months. So your results aren't going to be linear. They're going to go in a sort of plateauing curve, all right? So say this is 6 months, this is 12 months, okay? So your strength will increase somewhat, like this, you know, in and out. You know, some days you'll be weaker, some days you'll be stronger, other days you'll be the exact same. But eventually, as you come up, this curve will start to level out like this, okay? So start to plateau off. And I know that's not a great drawing, but basically what I'm trying to say is it won't be a dead straight line like this. It won't go all the way up perfectly straight over time. So you won't go in the first 6 months you bench 60 kg and in the next 6 months you bench 120 kg. It just doesn't work like that. So as you get stronger and stronger and become more of an advanced lifter, your strength will plateau off and the rate that you progress will slow down, if you get what I'm saying. So after you become more advanced, it is more difficult to increase your reps or your weight on a certain exercise. And it's important to be strategic as you become more of a veteran lifter, all right? So that's the basis of all progressive overload. You know, you're increasing either one of these core aspects here, frequency, intensity, time, or type, but the way or method in which you do it has to become more clever, more smarter, more specialized as you become more advanced. So first thing about progressive overload that you need to remember is always form and range of motion come first priority and reps and load come second, right? So don't be thinking, oh, well, I'll just, you know, even if I do bad form, I'll increase the weight and then I'll be progressively overloading. No, your form and your range of motion must come first and then the reps and the load come second. Okay, so now I'm going to just list 10 ways that you can actually progressively overload. So this is specifically for weight training, but you can apply it, you know, sort of similar ideas to your other training if you are, like say, running or whatever it is. But for weight training, here's going to be 10 ways that you can specifically overload your sets. Number 1, lifting the same load with better form, more control, or less effort. Number 2, lifting the same load for more reps. Number 3, lifting heavier loads. Number 4, lifting the same load and the same number of reps but with shorter rest times. Number 5, doing more work in the same amount of time. Okay, so the camera cut off there, so I'm just going to run you through the last 5 that we just covered there. But number 6, doing the same work in less amount of time. Okay, so number 7, increase the total number of sets whilst keeping the reps and the load the same. Number 8, lifting the same load more times during the week. Alright, so you're increasing the frequency. Number 9, lifting past failure, so doing cheat reps, rest pause reps, static holds, or drop sets. Drop sets is one of my favourite methods of progressively overloading. And number 10, lifting the same load whilst losing body fat. Alright, so as you lose weight, sometimes your strength decreases. That's why you see a lot of powerlifters are large, huge guys. So as you lose weight, your strength decreases, and this is a method of progressively overloading. So, I hope you all enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy it, please leave a like down below, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you all in the future. Thanks so much for watching.